to see me again. Let me give you, let's get everybody settled down, shut the doors. This is the big moment. Okay. I'll give you a little bit of background on me after I've just told you, because some of you are going to have your lives changed tonight. How many want to change your life?
Yeah. Everybody.
Okay, kind of cool from you. That's about as many are going to go through with this. A lot of people are enough, they've been here for an hour tonight and have heard it all. So I'm going to give you the real keys to success, the genuine ones that I use and still use. I'm going to be sceptical. Some of you are going to think, well, I'll try it for a bit, I'm going to try it for a little while, and then if it doesn't give immediate results, so you're going to back off. Others will try it a bit longer. So the people I want to talk to are the 25% who are going to make this work for them. Can you put your hands up, please?
Sorry?
Okay, I want to know who you are. Let me just give you, let's get down to work properly. I'll give you a little bit of background on me. I worked for 22 years on Fleet Street. I was the director of sales training for a company called Reuters. Have you ever heard of Reuters? Yeah. You've come to Reuters? But I've been in selling for much longer than that. I've written 4 books. 2 of them have been bestsellers. If you really want to go and buy them, I'll give you the titles a bit later on. A number among my clients now, some of the largest oil companies and gas companies who want various sorts of training like negotiation training and leadership training. So it's gone pretty well. One of our clients is even the UK's Supreme Court, who wanted to have lessons in presentation. But it wasn't always like that. Do you know, when I left school, a long time ago now, I didn't have any qualifications. Well, English, it meant I could read and write. Plus woodwork, borderline. And my parents were so, this is a true story, my parents were so disappointed in my academic achievement that they put me to work, they didn't join me, it was in a factory in Dulwich, in Martel Road. Any of you in Dulwich, that call, you know where Martel Road is, that's where the factory was. And I was just like a boy on the factory floor. And one day, after 4 years of doing this, I thought, well, I can't carry on like this anymore, I'm going to change my life. And I went home that night, because I was still living at home, couldn't afford to do anything else. And there was the Daily Telegraph open on the jobs page on my mum's kitchen table. And there was an ad in there. And the ad said these words, inch high. It said, the next 30 seconds could change your entire life. And it did. It was posted by Rank Xerox, copying machine company. And we said, no experience necessary. Come to us, and we'll teach you to sell. And once you've learned to sell, you will never be out of work for as long as you live. And I did, and they absolutely changed my life. From being an absolute nothing with no qualifications, no hope of going anywhere, I moved up to a station where, you know, I'm running courses for very large companies. Where I worked at Reuters, I was a main board director of Reuters Transaction Products Limited. So why am I doing this now tonight? Can I afford to stop working? Easily. I've got all the trappings of success. I've got a house in Bromley in Kent, I've got a flat in the West End of London, drive a Bentley, and all these things, but you can have these sort of things too, if that's what you want. It's a choice you make. It's like taking a taxi. It isn't something you can afford, it's a way of life. Seriously, make up your mind, I'm never going to get on an aeroplane again at Gatwick or Heathrow and turn right, I'm going to turn left or down. It's a habit you get into, because nothing else will do but the best. And to get the best, you've got to pay for it, one way or another, with your time and resource and effort. But let me tell you the big secret. You've only got to put in about 10% effort more than most other people to take off 100% past them. So I'm going to show you exactly what to do tonight. This is quite a big part of selling. I could lose everything I've got tomorrow, and I'll tell you what, within 6 months I'll be back where I am today. Because I now know what to do and what not to do. And this is what we're going to talk about tonight. This is why I say you've got to change your life if you do this stuff. I'm not giving you, this is not sort of dreamware that you can get from some of these gurus. This is real practical things that you can do. That's where we're going. Anybody want to come on that journey?
Yeah.
Okay, that's where we're going in the next 60 minutes. So this is a question for the ladies now.
So what time period are you speaking about?
Sorry?
What time period are you speaking about from moving from where we are to where we are?
It's up to the amount of effort and commitment you have to getting where you want to go to, and I'll tell you all about that tonight, and then what you've got to do at the end of it. Okay. This is a question for the ladies first. I only ask ladies because ladies do this thing 5 times faster than men. Ladies, if you were to look down at most things, except some things, right, look through that, imagine that doorway over there, you see it open, and a strange man walks into the room you've never seen before. How long in your female psyche would it take you to work out whether he's an alpha male or not? How long?
2 seconds.
2 seconds. That amazes most men. That amazes most men. They thought, oh, no, you've got to have the chatting up phase. No, they made up their mind a long time before they see it. And this is what they to tell us at Xerox as well. The customer makes up his mind, or her mind, whether they're going to buy from you in the 15 seconds it takes you to walk from the door to the customer's desk. And it's this that we're going to discuss tonight, this animal attraction that we have, or quite the opposite of animal attraction, animal rejection, if you get it wrong. Now, think of Gordon Brown. Think of Gordon Brown, who was a brilliant financier. When you used to watch him make a speech on the telly, as he got up from his chair and moved to the podium, you wrote him off, didn't you?
Yeah.
What was wrong? There's something going on. So we've got to examine this tonight, because it's the big, important secret of selling, of getting on in business and everything else. Why do good-looking guys or women get away with heinous crimes in the Old Bailey? Why? They're charming. They've got charisma. We're going to examine this. So I want you to do an exercise for me now. I want you to imagine that, how many of you are currently employed? Yeah? And how many of you have been employed in the past? Well, I want you to imagine that you're in a situation where you can have a whole year off to go and do philanthropic works in South America or in Africa, or some of those people who are very poor, haven't got fresh water, clean water and everything. Your boss has said to you, or the government has said you can take a year out to go and help out this philanthropic side of your nature. You can help them out, they'll pay you all the money you would naturally be earning, and any bonuses will give you everything. But first of all, before I let you go, you've got to write a job description for your job, the one that you do now. So I'd like you to have a think for about 2 or 3 minutes about some of the qualities that somebody to do the job you've done or you do now has got to have to do the job you've got. 2 or 3 minutes. Come on, 2 or 3 minutes. What kind of characteristics you've got to have to do the sort of job you've either done in the past or you do now? Or to run your own business. What have you got to do? What are the characteristics and the traits of people? Anybody ready to start give me some characteristics? What have you got to have?
Self-discipline.
Self-discipline, we'll write this down. Self-discipline, yeah. Go on then.
Ambition.
Ambition, yeah. Ambition.
Goals.
Goals, yeah.
Self-motivated.
Self-motivated.
Individual skills.
Hang on, let me do this side. I've got to be motivated, yeah. Yeah.
Structure.
Structure.
Likeable.
Sorry?
Likeable.
Likeable, you've got to be likeable, yeah, true, right.
Good organisation.
Approachable, yes.
You've got to be honest.
And honest.
Integrity.
Honest.
Good communication skills.
Integrity.
Organised.
To be organised.
Team.
Sense of humour.
Yeah.
Good team player.
Sorry?
Team player.
Good team player.
And team leaders.
Sorry, somebody said something.
Team leader.
Team leader if you can be, yeah.
Yeah.
The world is very short of leaders, not short of managers. Short of leaders, team leader.
Okay, you've got leadership skills up there.
Yeah, yeah. Let's have a couple more if you've got them.
Communication skills.
So what?
Communication.
Common skills, yeah, so put that down.
Got people skills.
People skills, yeah, well that encompasses a lot of stuff, we'll put it down. What do you notice you're missing from here?
Confidence.
skills.
Sorry?
Listening skills.
Listening skills, we can put those down, listening.
And confidence. Without confidence,
Listening.
you can't succeed.
Confidence, yeah.
Sales skills.
Sales skills, yeah. You notice on these, what's missing? What's missing? Where does it say on there, the big thing that's on all corporate forms that you have to fill in to get a job? Qualifications. Ah! But to you, you know exactly. Qualifications are not half as important as all this stuff. Because you've said it, these are your words, not mine. What do we call it? We call it, add all these things together. You've got to have some qualifications, I would think, in most jobs, or some experience. We've got calls over here. You've got to have some skills. You mentioned those a bit more. You've got to have those. What word could we use to sum up some of these things, like a sense of humour, like persistence and all these things? What one word could we use? Because it's the most important word in selling. So you ought to be a success in business and anything else.
Resilience.
Resilience is part of it, yes. Sorry? Character is part of it, yeah. It's the thing that you notice when this strange man comes through the door.
Charisma.
He's got it.
Charisma.
He's got charisma, yeah, but he's got something else. Presence, and that's fun. You're getting so warm now.
X factor.
X factor, yeah, the X factor. What is it?
Attention to detail.
Attention. It's got an A in it. Yes, it has.
It's got an A in it.
The word I'm looking for is attitude.
He said it.
Who said it? Well done. You've hit the nail on the head. How important is attitude? Because we've got to have attitude, we've got to have skills, we've got to have some qualifications. But let's just start with this a minute. Let's call this a pie chart. There's a pie chart. We'll start with attitude. And I'm going to have this like a pointer on here and move it round. And we've got to get skills, we've got to get qualifications into here as well. But you tell me when you think there's enough attitude in this pie chart. So it's attitude, skills and qualifications. I'm going to start opening this up. You tell me when to stop when we've got enough attitude.
Yes.
Yes.
Send attitude.
No, keep going.
Keep going.
No.
No, yes, or back up. Go anywhere you like. You're controlling the pointer.
50% attitude.
Huh?
I say more.
50%.
Keep them more. Let's keep going.
I say 75%.
75? Who said that?
Please.
Give her a round of applause. It's 75%. Xerox, where I started doing my training, they do regular assessments of their sales, something they take it very seriously. And over the years, it's never changed as a constant. The thing that dictates how successful your business is going to be, or how successful your sales efforts are going to be, is attitude. 75% of it is attitude. And that's what you pick up. We know when somebody's got the right attitude. We know when they walk in, that they've got that presence, they've got that charisma, they've got the drive, they've got the persistence. Skills and knowledge, skills, knowledge, and qualifications fit over here, in this quarter over here. The big thing is attitude. And we're going to talk to you tonight about how you can develop that attitude inside yourself. Any of you who remember the Olympics in London 8 years ago, I remember these sports psychologists, to a man of all these top athletes, always said that around the world now, physical attributes of most top athletes are roughly the same. What makes the difference, whether they win that race by a fraction of a second, is what's going on between their ears. What's going on in their head, whether they believe that they can do it or not. It's exactly the same in business. Companies are not run by the best people. They're run by people who think they're the best. The worst thing in the world is being overtaken in your business by somebody who's thicker than you. Right? And it's a decision you make every day whether you're going to have the right attitude or not. It isn't something that the world does to you, it's you and your attitude. Right now we're going into a tough international marketplace. The people that are going to win are the people with the right attitude. More millionaires begin their careers as millionaires during tough times than at any other time. Because most of your competitors, most of my competitors are out there sitting on their hands saying, let's hope it all gets better soon. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the new normal. This is the way it's going to be. You better make up your mind and start fighting and develop the attitude. Now I'm going to show you how I'm going to develop attitude for you tonight. Over here, anybody live in Peckham? Anybody know where Witten Timber is in Peckham? That's where I get these wooden breaker boards from. In the next hour, somebody in this room is going to come up here and punch their way through this lump of wood that I've got in my hands, right through the middle. Bang, bang, bang. How many of you believe you can do that? Okay, I want the people who don't believe it, then, because I have to change it. I'm like Jesus on the mount, I'm going to perform a miracle. Don't be doubting Thomas on me, right? So some people have done that. I don't know who it's going to be. But first of all, I'm going to show you how powerful your brain is right here in this room tonight. I'm going to give you, in the shape of a rather peculiar story, I'm going to give you 20 objects, which I want you not to write down in a list of notes, to try and remember. And each one of those objects is going to be something that will help you on your road to the winning attitude. A lot of the time we're going to try these things out in the room tonight, so we're going to judge by results. That's what I want you to do. I want you to judge by results. I'm going to try lots of different ways. And you don't have to join in this if you don't want to, but I want you, when I'm telling the story, to try and imagine in your mind's eye this story developing. Visualize it. Don't write anything down because that's pointless. But it's so strong what I'm going to show you tonight. If I were to bump into you in Oxford Street one day and say, ask you something about the story, you'd be able to answer, even if that was 3 years' time. That's how powerful this technique is. Are you ready to join me in the game?
Yes.
Don't write anything down. Over here is a soccer goal.
Sorry?
A what?
Soccer goal. A goal. Football goal.
Soccer goal.
Soccer goal. Soccer goal. Soccer goal. Soccer goal.
Okay, okay.
Soccer goal.
The American
Soccer goal.
Yeah.
Across the mouth of the goal are some pieces of wood which are obstructing the mouth. Over here is Thomas Edison. Now, what did Thomas Edison invent?
The light bulb.
Nice.
Everybody thinks he did, but actually it was a man called Joseph Swan, and I'll argue about that later on. And it was developed in this country, not in America. Americans, who I lived there for 6 years, like to think that they did everything. They didn't. Okay, over here is Thomas Edison. He's got his electric light bulb. And as you watch from the stands, you see Thomas Edison step back with his light bulb and give it a good kick. And it goes sailing through the air, through the pieces of wood, and into the goal mouth. And the crowd goes mad. Now when I say the crowd goes mad, I want you all to go, yes! Okay? So that we get complaints from the hotel. Right, so here we go. There's Thomas Edison. He's got his electric light bulb. He kicks it, goes through the pieces of wood and into the goal mouth, and the crowd goes mad. How many of you have ever been to pantomimes in your life?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, you know it's like pantomime. You've heard your kids and grandchildren do it. Let's try it again. So Thomas Edison's got his bulb, got his light bulb. He kicks it, it goes sailing through the air, through the piece of wood, and into the goal. The crowd goes mad! When that happens, who should come out of the crowd but a model carrying a cake? Could be a man. Carrying a cake. He goes up to somebody in the crowd who's wearing a badge with a number 10 on it. And the model gives the cake to the person with number 10, and the crowd goes mad. And there's a little dog running around the man's legs. And his name's obviously Eero. He says, stop Eero, Eero, stop it, Eero, stop it, Eero. The little dog is so happy. But sitting next to the man with a number 10 badge on, who's smiling and laughing, nothing could go wrong. And I'm only pretending now. There's a guy with a number 1 badge on. God, does he look pissed off. Oh dear, oh Lord, he looks really fed up with life as it is at the moment. He's sick and tired of life, and he's telling everybody. Right? He's not even sitting on a seat, he's sitting on a drinks vending machine. Like a Coca-Cola machine, a fizzy drink in it. And he's complaining about life and the world and his family, and everything's wrong with the world. And eventually he starts crying. And he's crying so much that he's crying his eyes out. And his eyeball actually pops out. Yeah. Pops out and goes into a cup of fizzy drink that's just come out of the vending machine he's sitting on. Right? And big bubbles start to form, a big cloud of bubbles. And they form themselves into a question mark. Let me see how much of the story you can remember. What's over here?
Go.
Come on, tell me about it.
Soccer goal.
Right, who's over here?
Thomas Edison.
What's he got?
What
does he do?
He keeps it.
Oh, what happens? Then what happens? Bubble comes out, boy or girl, doesn't matter. What's he got? What does he do?
Gives him the
10. What does the crowd do? Who's running around his legs? Called Eero, exactly. And who's sitting next to him?
Number 1.
What badge has he got on?
Number 1.
What's he doing? Everybody, isn't he? You've got people in your family like this and your friends who've always got more troubles than you have. Always complaining, always miserable, their lives. Eventually, what does he start doing? What happened? Where does it go? The fizzy drink. What happens? What does it form itself into? Now listen, you've got this all right. See, you've got it's going to be difficult to do. It's dead easy. You're going to remember all these things. Each one of them is something you're going to use in the next 30 days to start changing your life noticeably. Now, I have to tell you first of all, I'm not a motivational speaker. When I was at Xerox, long time ago now, they used to think that we needed motivating, we sales guys. And our office was down in Croydon. Anyone live in Croydon? Okay. It's in Green Dragon House it was in. Right, it goes over the main road. And we used to be taking the Croydon Conservative Club once a week. They used to hire it out. Once a month, I mean, and they used to have hire somebody like an American motivator. You ever seen American motivators? They're always on the move.